welcome back to Sagas of Sundry, Goblin Mode. I'm Amy Vorpal, your Dungeon Master, and with me today are our Minions of Mayhem, aka the Terror Squad.
Yes.
Terror Squad.
Will y'all tell the audience who you're playing and what your racing class is?
Yes, absolutely. Hi everyone, I'm Dan Casey. I am playing Phibbs, who is a skeleton, but also a wizard.
I'm Danielle Radford. I play Busy. Busy is a skeleton and also a bard.
Hi, I'm Jason Wynn. I play a goblin who is also an artificer, and he's also sweaty, and his name is Tippy.
Canonically sweaty.
Yeah, he's canonical.
Notably and canonically
I
sweaty.
love how your intros all said also, so it's like if you met someone at a party, you'd be like, I'm Amy. I'm also a dungeon master.
I am also a human.
I'm
also a
a
human.
goblin, also sweaty. Yeah.
And on that note, I think it's time to part the veil of reality. And we are no longer on a 2-digit numbered floor of a building.
State secrets.
In
a city, in America, probably.
It
We're no
rhymes with
longer-
Sklurbank.
We're no longer in a place. We're actually in another place. Oh, get it off me! Get it off me! We don't like this! Get it off my shoulder! Please, please! Mark, it's your job! It's your job! We open on a dead end in a back alley in Nakabrecka, and all of you have been chasing Crandall P. Greckleworth, an Igor-type figure, your old C-level operations manager in Unzug's lair, where Phibbs has just tackled him and is still holding on. And Busy's skull is still nibbling, biting down hard on his shoulder. Busy's body is a little bit further back, near Tippy, who is just a bit behind and who just whiffed a shot.
For sure.
You'll get him next time.
Canonically sweaty.
Whoops.
Just gotta remind everybody, so sorry. But the other thing that has just happened is from behind Tippy, a halfling and a dwarf have just come out. Both of them are male. It looks like they could be wearing leather armor underneath, and they're in kind of black outfits with red sashes tied around them and red detailing, as well as you can each tell that they've got an insignia on it that is 6 circles all in a circle.
Okay.
Six circles all in a circle.
Yeah, like dots. You heard of dots?
It's the ice cream of the future if you dip them.
Right. So 6 dots in a circle.
Or
And
the candy of the past.
what we're gonna do is roll initiative again. Okay?
Okay. Let's do it.
Oh, he likes that.
I do
Okay,
like it.
so-
It's Tippy's day today.
Okay, anyone get a 16 or higher?
Yeah, 22.
22.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
Tippy's at the top of the order.
Tippy springing into action.
Tippy at the
top.
Tippy at the tippy top.
At the
Okay.
tippy top.
Anyone get an 11 or higher?
Sure didn't.
Nice.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm busy. She's busy. I'm occupied.
Stop. Okay, 6. 6 or higher?
7.
7.
Let's go.
Sevens.
Okay, great. Then it will be.
You have a higher dex modifier, so you go first.
Okay, perfect. Crandall will be last. Okay, let's get into it.
I'll say.
Crandall shall be last. Tippy, you're up. What would you like to do?
Okay, so these guys are directly behind me?
Yeah.
And have I noticed them?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, it was a big moment. It was
And-
this moment
and-
where everyone paused and went like,
And guns drawn, right? He's got a gun on me.
yes, the dwarf has a gun pointed at you, a pistol.
Important detail.
please describe-
The dwarf has a gun.
The dwarf has a gun. Could you please describe what the pistol looks like?
Oh man, I think I'm gonna regret this. It is built out of metal. It
Okay,
is
okay.
silver. It has some wooden detailing on the handle, and it looks like it could get off 10 shots in the
Okay.
chamber.
Okay.
Tenement chamber?
Yeah.
And they've totally noticed Tippy. I'm sure they've
Yeah,
seen him.
so you can tell.
Oh, can I see this?
Nothing in the way, right?
No.
I'm not behind a cart
God.
or anything.
No, you were never trying to.
Ed, ignore that sweaty guy. We've got a gun.
Jason, are you scared?
I have 7 HP, and no spell slots. So I have to. I'm trying to weigh my options a little bit. So I have one action available to me as a goblin, as a racial skill. It says Nimble Escape. You can take the disengage or hide action as a bonus action on each of your turns. I would like to take a bonus action to hide.
To hide. Okay, yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty to hide behind in this back alley that seems to serve as a storage location. I would say just on either sides of the walls, also on the back walls. So we'll say you're more on the right-hand side, and you could easily get behind some crates, barrels under a tarp, anything like that.
Tippy immediately cowers behind a crate.
Okay, awesome. So will you go ahead and roll stealth?
You got
at
it.
disadvantage because they are looking
they are looking right at me. Okay, yeah.
Master of disguise.
Oh, that's a crit fail.
Your pants fall down.
Okay, that would be a bonus action, and you wouldn't have taken up all of your movement. But I'm imagining that you're doing. It's almost like you're doing the thing where you back into the bushes, but your head is still peeking out, so you
I'm
can
doing
see
the Homer
things.
Simpson meme.
Yeah, exactly. So you try to get behind a crate that's stacked, and you just are too interested, and your thing keeps popping out. Also, you are still wearing your massive pack that is not doing you any services.
Yeah, so I'm trying to back into the crates, and I'm bumping into everything as I'm doing it, and I'm just like, damn it, shut up! You're scooting myself into, and I'm just standing still, probably now in
front. And some things are tipping off and
Yes,
crashing
yes.
as well. Is that your turn? That's
a bonus action.
Yeah.
I have magical tinkering. I've got to use everything I have.
Of course.
Right? Because I feel like I'm in a bad spot. There's a gun in front of me. I'm going to cast magical tinkering. Magical tinkering, I can imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of my choice, up to 5 feet of radius and light, 6-second long recorded message, or emits an odor or non-verbal sound. So what I want to do is cast magical tinkering on my crossbow so that it smells of gunpowder. It smells of gunpowder and smoke, but like a heavy scent of gunpowder, and I want it to look like it's smoking.
Oh, awesome.
And as I'm realizing that they can totally awkwardly see me and I'm backing into nothing, not hidden at all, I quickly dive into my crossbow, do my little magical tinkering, and I want to whip my crossbow towards them and go, I'll blow us all up. I'll blow us all up.
Okay.
Don't come any closer. I'll blow us all up.
I love that. I want you to roll an intimidation.
Okay. With the -2 charisma, and that's a 2. No, that's a 1.
But a dirty one.
A dirty one.
It's a dirty one. What is going on?
Oh my God,
it's a
Tippy.
dirty one.
Okay, so they clock you and they're looking at you. Only the dwarf has a gun, and the halfling does not have a gun. The halfling, you can't tell what he's wielding yet, and so you are threatening them.
Yes, I'm threatening.
with a smoking crossbow, and you can see them furrowing their brows and getting ready, and they say, "Yeah, too bad we're on Crandall's bill, aren't we?" Great turn, Tippy.
You guys got it.
Also,
Hope that was helpful.
Will you be sure to check off the magical tinkering for this and magical tinkering, because it's in the same day for the finger that you made.
I only have one left.
You got one left. Okay, perfect. Okay, actually, so it is the guy. It is the gun's turn.
It's the gun's turn.
This guy just calls himself the gun. He's the only person in the world that has one.
Okay, so actually he's not going to attack Tippy, not a threat, but his boss is yelling bloody murder over the skull. So he's gonna shoot his pistol. The dwarf is gonna do the math, see that the skull is in alliance with the body that is a little bit closer, and is going to shoot the body of Busy. So let's see. Does a 16 hit?
Gun guy's too
16
smart.
hits.
His 16 hits, okay. This is going to do 3 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
Okay, 3 points of piercing damage, and then the halfling comes up. Does not see Tippy as a threat either. But
This is working out.
Leave this sad child alone.
he goes, "Don't worry, Grendel, we got you." And he goes, and he transforms into a rat humanoid with big long teeth and,
Oh my God.
and eyebrows and just hair everywhere, claws that come out. It's not dressed in the same clothes anymore. It looks horrendous, and it actually is still around the same size, so still pretty short, but taller than you, Tippy.
Yeah.
And he runs towards the closest creature, which actually is Tippy. So that is his action, though. Let's see if he's got a bonus action. That is his action, and he just kind of comes up to you, and it looks like he's about to attack you.
Don't let him grab your hair.
Yeah.
Busy.
So Busy has just been shot. She's still biting.
Still biting. Okay, I'm gonna make you a strength saving throw to make sure that you can still hold on to his shoulder.
Strength?
And you had already done 8 points of damage.
Yeah. Nat 20.
Damn.
Plus
Okay.
1 for strength, so 21.
Okay, you're still holding on, which that will do another, just automatically 6 points of piercing damage to Crandall's shoulder.
Ah, suck it.
But that is not your turn. That was just more like a concentration spell. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna see if I can cast Unseen Servant again and get my girl back.
Ronnie's already there.
Oh, Ronnie's still
out.
there.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
Ronnie's
so,
here.
Okay, so then I'm gonna have Ronnie go for the dwarf's gun,
Okay, love it.
since I'm already still beating Crandall's ass. Let's get that gun. Let's
Get that gun.
get that gun.
Okay, so she's gonna go for the dwarf scum, as you called him, and she's going to try to touch him. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. That, she crit.
Oh,
there we go.
That's my girl.
Ronnie.
That's my girl.
That ghost has a gun.
It's a ghost with a gun. I'm so
7,
jealous.
12. Okay, so you see Ronnie, she had tried to make Crandall slip, I think, before with some of her ectoplasm. That didn't work, but she's back. She's like, gotcha, girl! And she comes back over to the dwarf who's just shot his gun at you and just kind of comes at him and like headbutts him, but holds on. And the dwarf goes, as the ghost just like holds on to him, and he takes 15 necrotic damage, and you can see that there's veins and stuff. Now she did hit, and every time she hits, roll a d6. On a 6, she can stay, but on a 5 or lower, she does get brought back to.
Okay, so it's a 4.
It's a 4.
So-
Okay, so she does it. She goes, okay, that's a lot. This is a lot for me to handle. I gotta go. Ooh, and she just disappears. And you can,
Okay, and you see Busy's body, because Busy, as she was tormenting Gun Dwarf, Busy's body is just in the back while her head is still chopping, just making like the DX sucking chops. So just a headless, skullless skeleton doing sucking chops. And then as Roddy leaves, you see just the head, or just the skeleton wave goodbye.
Okay, awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, you can tell this dwarf is just awful, like hanging on by a thread.
God.
Fibs, your turn.
Okay, so what does Fib see about this? Like, how much of this situation has he clocked?
You've definitely seen that the halfling and the dwarf show up.
Okay.
I don't know how much of Busy's and Tippy's actions you've seen,
Sure.
but you were able to see the insignias. You are able to tell that they're under Crandall's supervision.
Do I recognize the insignia?
Interesting. Roll a history check.
All right, let's see. That's a 15.
A 15.
Yeah. I've read a book.
You have read a book. Yeah, you are well informed. You know, you do recognize this. It represents 6 Sundari,
Gotcha.
and you actually have no idea how you know this. This is not something from the past 5 years of you just know it.
Interesting.
It's, as we say,
From the bone 4 times.
in your bones.
Amazing.
Yes, the bone 4 times. So yeah, that's what you notice.
Weird. Okay, so I've got Crandall in a grapple, and Fibs is gonna talk to Crandall and be like, call off your goons right now. We gotta talk. Call them off.
I hate this. Okay, so you do have him in a compromising situation, but he does have goons, so go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything else? Are you doing anything else to, I guess, improve this intimidation?
No, because that's gonna be my fallback plan.
Got it.
Okay. So that is a 14.
He said, no, I don't want to, but this got out of hand so quickly. Fibs, it's just me, it's just little old me. And the guys go, You know him? No, well, yes, all right. Okay, stand down. He goes, and they go, well, when it comes to the Fiends Union, we don't stand down for nothing. We're done with the Fiends Union. And Crandall goes, no, but I'm helping you. Remember, I'm helping you, and I'm telling you that these are trustworthy, or they're fine, I guess. And he has called them off. Let's see if they get called off.
If they comply.
Yeah. The halfling is almost like crazed right now in its were-rat form, like, so it doesn't look like it's gonna slow down anytime soon. The dwarf himself spits. He goes, "No, Crandall, this is bigger than you. This is bigger than all of us. We're going to bring the Fiends Union down and all of its members. We're not the Fiends Union."
We're not the union.
And so that's what happens.
So I'm gonna say to Crandall, looks like we're your only hope, old granny boy. So you're gonna help us, or they're gonna get you.
I'm on your side now, am I?
You've been
As
drafted
always.
into the skeleton war.
Right. And I mean, like I was before in Unzuk's lair, we were all on the same team, Terra. Oh, yes, I suppose I am. Yeah, they're not following me. Don't hurt me.
Fibs is not letting go of Crandall,
Okay.
and he's positioning Crandall towards them and using Crandall as a human shield.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's gonna be like, back off. I'm only gonna warn you once.
Okay.
And that's Fibs' turn.
That is Fibs'
Beautiful.
turn. Okay, perfect. Tippy.
Okay, so Tippy, the were-rat is in front of Tippy right now.
Yeah.
And Tippy's like, oh God! And Tippy's going to make himself as small as possible and use Nimble Escape again to disengage as a bonus action.
Okay.
And slide between the were-rat's legs.
I knew that sweat would pay off.
Okay.
Yeah, like I want to kind of it's
a
gonna look
human
like Tippy's
slip and
going
slide.
down a slide, and he's gonna kick his feet out and just slide like a bullet in
Perfect.
between his legs.
Yes, you are able to just do that and disengage. Yeah, you don't get an opportunity attack.
How close am I to Dwarf with a gun?
A dwarf with a gun, I would say in this turn you can get close to him. Yeah.
It's just his
Taylor.
canonical name now.
Yeah, gun dwarf.
I
Dwag.
am going to run my max speed, so 30 feet
Yep.
towards Dwarf with a gun, and whether I get there, am I there?
Yeah,
or am
you're
I
there.
like-
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
you're there.
within gun grabbing distance, I guess.
Absolutely.
Tippy sees the gun up close for the first time, and Tippy realizes it's the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. The design of it, the look, the sheen of the metal, it's the engineering. You could see his eyes sort of glaze over like a, oh, sort of like moment, and then he goes, I want that gun! And I lunge to try to take the gun out of the dwarf's hand.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that'll be a grapple check, and
Okay.
you have to use strength, so acrobatics, and I'll be using whatever I want to use, acrobatics or.
All right.
Oh, sorry, you don't use acrobatics. You actually use athletics. Did I say that?
You said acrobatics?
You have you have to use strength. You have to use
I
athletics.
have to use strength?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to use
All right,
athletics,
I'm
and then
gonna
I can
roll
use
again.
acrobatics
I'm
or
gonna roll
athletics.
again.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I got a 12.
I got a 13.
Yes. Okay. So you got your hand on the gun. I imagine this just because it's going to be tough for him to shoot. It's still possible. He still got it. You haven't wrenched
I didn't even
it.
think about that. I did not think
That
about
you
that.
have held onto the gun, so I imagine he's like, yeah, you're dangling from it.
Oh my God.
So you want it. That is great, though. Yeah, you've got his weapon in hand. It actually is his turn. And he says, ever since you Fiends United came to Knackbrecker, everything's been worse. And he tries to shake you off. So he's going to try to get out of the grapple. This is going to be another athletics versus athletics.
Okay, let's do it.
21.
I mean,
Come on, I
impossible.
believe.
That's going to be a 3.
Okay. He is able to shake you off a little, so you do release the grapple. That might just be his
no.
action, unfortunately.
Love the image of you dangling from the barrel of this pistol.
Yeah, okay, so he and his gun have escaped the grapple, but that is his action. So I don't think he can do much of anything else. Yeah, so he goes, I've had enough of you! Crandall, you allying with these fiends? And Grendel goes, oh, just a little bit.
Just a little bit as a treat.
just a little bit for me. Okay, that's his turn. Okay, Halfling's turn. Halfling is going to run up in its rat form.
Oh no.
Yeah, it really hates that you ran away from it. So, or ran between its legs, really. It's going to run up to you and it will attack. It's going to bite you and swipe at you with its short sword.
Of course.
Okay, so let's see if it hits. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony Tippy doesn't have 19 AC.
Oh no. Okay, so that hits, and then does a 10 hit?
10 does not hit.
10 does not hit. Okay, so he comes up, he bites you. It's going to do not that much damage, actually. Only 3 piercing damage. As he comes up, you just drop down from the gun, and he runs up and he bites your arm that's still raised, and he just takes a chunk out of it. You need to succeed on a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Poison again, or
or what do you think?
DC 11.
DC 11.
On what Constitution?
Constitution.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, it's not poison, but what do you think might this be?
This is gonna be a 21.
A 21.
You
Okay.
almost got rabies.
Oh my God!
almost-
Tippy with rabies.
Weird aversion to water.
What you experience is as he bites, you actually start glimpsing.
Where rat lycanthropy.
Oh my God! Oh my God! No.
That was close.
I don't want that at all. It's bad enough. Could you imagine Were-Rat Tippy?
Rat-tat Tippy. I can picture it.
Rat-tat Tippy.
I kind of want this for us.
Let him bite you again.
So you resist the urge, you like blink and all of a sudden you like see the entire world above you. You sniff cheese and nuts and you want it so bad, but you fight it off. And your blood is back to Tippy, who only wants a gun, and you're fine.
Cheese, gun, nut, cheese, gun.
Yes, okay, Busy, your turn.
So how far is my would be decapitated? How my headless frame from where
You're about
Tippy
30
is?
feet, yeah.
About 30 feet. Okay, then I'm going to
Make a strength saving throw. Are you still biting Crandall? You did hear everything that Phibbs was talking to him about.
Yeah.
You're still biting Crandall.
I'm
Okay.
still biting Crandall.
Okay, so strength.
4.
A 4? Okay, yeah, you're biting, but like without the support of a body, the head falls off of the shoulder, and you're just clattering on the ground. Clack, 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 clack.
Like what those like wind up teeth.
Yeah. And you're like going in a circle as your teeth are trying to grab onto any perches.
But my body is still like.
It is, yes.
I'm done doing cross chops. So I'm gonna have my body dash over to where Tippy is, and you know what? I am just going to knee that dwarf in the crotch.
Perfect.
Yeah, awesome. So this is going to be an unarmed strike. Roll, yes.
And that was a 10.
A 10. A 10 does not hit.
But it's so soft down there.
Yeah, that doesn't quite hit. This is a beefy dwarf, and he's obviously trained in some sort of martial way, so you come at him with your knee to the groin, but boy, does he see that coming from a mile off, and he's able to dodge. Anything else?
When's the last time I inspired someone bardically? So yeah, as my bonus, bardic inspiration to Tippy. So teeth still chattering, going in a circle.
Okay.
Skeleton just constantly trying to kick and hit, and it's not connecting, and just like, Tippy, you got this. Remember, guns are cool, and it's never bad to own one.
You're right, guns are cool.
Nothing can go bad about this. Get that gun.
I'm gonna get that gun.
You go get that gun.
And cheese. Gun.
Okay, awesome. So you're now bardically inspired. Is that a D6 for him? An extra D6?
Yeah, he gets
on a D20 roll?
Yeah, he gets an extra D6.
Okay.
God,
Phibbs.
I need it.
I'm worried about our party's politics, but all right, we're pro-gun, anti-union.
We did
Accidentally.
You know what? We should also stop funding schools.
we just escaped an evil lair. We've still
That's
got
true.
we've got some
We can
culture
get
to
some
shake up.
deprogramming.
Right.
Oh boy. Okay. So Phibbs is all right. Walk, and he's moving slowly with Crandall as the human
Yep.
shield towards the dwarf
Okay.
and the were-rat. And he reaches out and points at them and says, "I'm giving you one last chance, in case I didn't make myself clear. I know what that symbol is, and I know that you're after people that we're not allied with. We ain't parts of Fiends United, so why don't you drop it?"
Tell that to your fingerless hand.
I'm a skeleton. I'm in all states of disrepair.
Wait, so you're saying you're not with the Fiends Union?
No, we want answers, and they got them.
All right, what does this insignia mean then, smarty skeleton?
Those 6 dots represent 6 of the Sundari.
That's right. Crandall. Yes, it's I would believe them if they're not part of the Fiends Union. In fact, it's very surprising they're alive at all.
We're all full of surprises today, Cranny boy.
Right. And the dwarf points. Actually, go ahead and roll an intimidation check. This dwarf doesn't seem swayable.
Ooh, that's a natural 1.
Oh, damn it.
The most natural of ones.
Yeah.
Okay, and he says, Crandall, we need you, but we may not need you this bad to take orders from silly little Fiends Union swine. Do you say anything else, Dan?
Where are Busy and Tippy relative to these people? Are they in active combat? Are they?
So next to the dwarf is both Busy and Tippy.
Are they in the middle or are they on the outside?
They're on the outside. They're flanking him.
How far away am I?
At this point, you've walked up, so yeah, you're maybe 10 feet away.
10 feet. So with a cone, just curious how this works.
Okay.
I would like to, if possible, you just made the biggest mistake of your short life. And you see a little ember start sparking from the tip of Phibbs's finger.
Okay.
And he pushes Crandall away and smacks them together and casts Burning Hands.
Oh my gosh.
I want to set off this guy's gunpowder.
Oh, man. Yeah, great.
Okay.
But I don't want to hit my friends, so that's why I'm a little worried.
You will, for sure, because Burning Hands hits friends. Burning Hands is friendly
it
fire.
hits friends, but it's a 15-foot cone. That's
15-foot
why I'm
cone.
asking if
Oh,
they're on the
I see.
outside.
If they're on the outside.
Yeah.
So
Where's the cone?
okay, so everyone's very packed together. If you only wanted to hit the dwarf, I would allow that. But if you also wanted to get the were-rat, you would definitely get Tippy too.
Okay. Then I'll just go with the dwarf because
Dwarf.
I don't want to risk. I would calculate, and I don't want to hit Tippy.
Okay.
I'm talking to the dwarf. He's being a so. You just made the biggest mistake of your short little life.
Your fire
Wow.
comes straight from your fingers. It goes directly into the gun's eye, and you can see it like zoom in, and it goes crackle right into the gunpowder barrel. Also, I mean, Burning Hands does just fly up into his face too. So roll damage first. Roll damage for Burning Hands.
If he makes a spell save DC of, I believe, 13, he takes half damage.
Okay, let's see if he does. Dex save, you said?
Dex save, yeah.
You got a 9.
He doesn't save for
Good.
Okay, and that is 10 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not
And
to
if there's
mention
any flammable objects in the area, they might be ignited as well at
might
your
they?
discretion.
Give me 1 second, because that definitely happens.
Oh, no.
I knew I shouldn't have oiled my jerkin this morning.
Who knew that guns would be dangerous? I really thought it would just be
I
safe
thought guns
and
were
cool.
chill.
Okay, y'all two and my were-rat make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Actually, you do too, Dan.
Okay.
Okay, not bad. 18.
18. It's going to be a DC 12.
Nope.
Okay, the
I got a 19.
were-rat saves and
Seven.
you don't save. Okay, so everyone,
Oops. Did I just detonate?
you take 13 points of fire damage.
Oh my god.
And everyone else takes half of that, so 6 points.
Okay,
I'm
so
down.
that would normally wipe me out, but I'm gonna go into a bone pile, which means instead of being hit to 0, I'm gonna drop to 1 hit point. I'm just a little pile of bones, and I'm prone, and it says I'm considered to be under similar effect to the Feign Death spell. I can't move, I can't take action until the effect ends. But yeah, so I right now am a little pile of bones. I imagine that Busy's hair has probably, before she drops into a bone pile, has probably caught a little bit on fire. Not unlike a certain pop star's certain beverage commercial. So maybe just a little bit of flash of the hair, and then she gets a chance to kind of pat some of that down, beat it, and then collapses into a bone pile.
So you're down with 1 hit point?
I have one hit point.
And we have Walrock Homebrew race of awakened undead to thank for that.
Thank
this
you.
Crazy
Thank you.
cartoony, cartoony mechanics. So amazing. So you're still up. The rest of you took 6 damage.
So let me paint you a picture of what happens to Tippy. So So as he looks over and he sees his friend Fib goes, "You've made the worst mistake of your life." Tippy not understanding that magic is about to happen, goes for the gun again because Busy was just like, guns are cool, guns are chill, right? And I go,
That was the bardic
Busy's
insert.
right. I should go for the gun. It's mine. And then I launch my little goblin body at the gun, but as this is happening, I see the fire, just a wall of fire hit the gun, and as I'm going for it, it explodes in my face, and I'm down at -2, and I'm making death saves.
Oh
Okay,
no.
okay,
Yeah, I'm
so on your
unconscious.
turn,
A huge mistake.
you'll be making.
I
It
was
was really cool though. It looked badass.
I
It
was
looked
speaking
badass.
in the second case. This was the worst mistake of my life.
Tippy is unconscious and on the ground for
Okay,
sure.
what does Fibs look like?
Fibbs thinks he's doing like the coolest thing he's ever done. He's just like, I'm gonna save my friends. And he sees the flame shoot out of his fingertips, and he doesn't quite understand what guns are, how they work. So as the flame erupts and goes down the barrel of the gun, he is confused, and then his jaw like starts to drop a little bit as he sees the resultant explosion that occurs and just fiery chaos. His hat is on fire. He's just like, oh God, Tippy, oh no, I'm so sorry. This wasn't supposed to happen like this. He's just so worried, starts to run over to Tippy,
Perfect. Okay.
like forgetting about Crandall entirely.
The dwarf completely goes down. The were-rat is still up. So the explosion did a ton of damage. Crandall's actually still alive as well. You pushed him to the side, and
Crandall.
he's still alive. Which brings us to Crandall's turn, and he says, "What, Phoebes? What have you done? You were never this powerful before. Well, what's going on here? How have you even survived? No, this is all wrong. This is all wrong. Nothing's right." And the were-rat even looks a little confused as he is singed. Crandall starts to run away. And then he goes back and goes, "But I need the marked. I need you. I need the marked. I can't. Oh, what do I do? What do I do?" And he's just kind of running back and forth. He's not fighting at all, but you can tell he's
worst.
completely out of his mind. That's what Crandall does. Tippy, death saving throw.
Okay, Tippy's
no.
first death save. Let's see what happens. Come on, Tips. Okay, 18.
Go big tips.
1 success.
Okay.
T-bone.
Dwarf is dead. The were-rat's turn. The were-rat takes an action to change back into his normal form. He's a halfling again, wearing the canvas suit that you saw him in earlier. He goes up to Crandall. He goes, "Crandall, this has gotten out of hand. Who are these people? How do you know them? I need to know." And Crandall goes, "Oh, they're from my last dungeon." And he goes, "Unzug? They're from Unzug?" And he goes, "Well, yes, I mean, they're not as important as I was, but yes, I managed them." And he goes, "Then why, Crandall, have you been telling us how friendly you were to all of these fiends, and how good you were with all of the minions that you supervised, and how much they looked up to you, and how friendly they were, when here they are trying to ruin you?" And Crandall goes, "Well, I might have, there was the auction," and he's just mumbling. And the guy, the little halfling, swipes his hair back and he goes, "We're not going to get the Fiends United like this. We're not going to get it. We're not going to get them if this is all we can come down to. Crandall, what have you?" And he just eyes you. You're the one who's still alive. And he goes, "I need to know, for once and for all, are you part of the Fiends Union?"
I swear on Unzug, we are not.
"What's the beef with Crandall P. Grecoworth?"
I gotta heal my friend because that's a long story.
Okay. So the were-rat backs down a little bit. He's going to stabilize his friend,
Okay.
the dwarf, and he says, "We're stopping right now. We're going to have a conversation. Crandall said that any of the minions in Unzu's lair, there was nothing to worry about for many of you. And I don't know what you've been up to, but that was some powerful magic.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, so nice.
And we are out of combat as this halfling has kind of taken charge. You haven't gotten his name yet, but he does stabilize his dwarf friend. You can see him providing him a potion of healing as well.
Okay. I'm going to do the same with Tippy. I have one more potion of healing.
Okay, what is the healing on
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
He just opens Tippy's mouth and just pours all of it in at once because he doesn't know how much. He doesn't really know how to drink, clearly.
I heal for 8.
So just.
I'm getting waterboarded by a potion of healing.
Crandall's kind of made himself scarce a little bit. He's kind of hiding just to see how things will play out. Busy, you are alive and awake and conscious.
Yeah, I'm awake. I'm just still a pile of bones. So I just like turn uppies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 1 sec. And
Uppies.
once I see that Tippy's waking up, Phibbs walks over to help reconstruct Busy.
The leg bones connected.
See, he's humming that to himself under his breath to remember what bones don't work.
The tailbones connect.
Okay, hey, because you're doing this, go ahead and make we'll call it a medicine check.
Okay.
Just a straight one, no advantage or disadvantage.
That's a 16.
A 16, yeah, okay. Everything gets put back together just fine.
I could have been a bonologist.
So I can like stand and do stuff, but I'm still at 1 hit point. Is that where we're at?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So while my friends are reassembling themselves, Tippy is super disoriented and goes, the gun. Did we get the gun? Where's the gun? And I'm like looking around on the floor for the gun still.
Okay. Yeah, you do not find the gun. You find some bits of scrap metal. You find little bits of food.
Cheese?
Yeah, you find a little bit of cheese.
Just some street cheese.
It's
Floor
cheese.
cheese? Who hasn't eaten floor cheese?
The gun!
Okay, so Tippy's like eating garbage in the corner.
It's like a compulsion though. He's not like
I
enjoying
mean, it's
himself.
not ungoblin.
Yeah. It's just like
sure.
he's so stressed out, he has to eat something.
Absolutely, yeah. You're gonna put anything in your mouth at this point. But the other two get up, and you can see that the halfling's like holding the dwarf back a little bit. The dwarf goes, I'm just so embarrassed, like I didn't see that coming at all. But I also couldn't let them just take our entire plan against the Fiends United and just shove it down their throat. And the were-rat goes, yeah, right, I know, but then none they say they are, and neither is Crandall. They have the same voice.
They're twins.
You notice now.
So the halfling is going to do, you can tell he's got the dwarf. The dwarf kind of sits down with his head in his hands, just like still a little bit fired up, ready to go, but holding himself together. And the halfling approaches, kind of side-eyes the goblin on his hands and knees and just looks at you, Phibbs, and goes, all right. I'll be honest. I'm just going to do cards on the table here because we hired Crandall. We let him help us infiltrate Fiends United, and he's been nothing. Crandall, it's true, right? You haven't done a damn thing, right? You didn't. All we needed you was to case a joint, find us a way into the damn building. You couldn't even do that for 2 weeks. So.
Oh, so you're trying to infiltrate Fiends United. We're trying to do the same thing.
Okay. Sorry, I am. But what reason could you possibly have?
Oh, they stole our house. We got kicked out of our dungeon. We were happy working for Unzug. Then one day, these gallantlings, they killed everybody, which, weird. And much to my surprise, a new group came in saying that it was a union taking over our dungeon, and because we were not members of the union, we had to leave our hearth and home. That led us here to Neckbrecker, where we quickly learned all of the Neckbrecker rules.
Neckbreaker rules.
Neckbreaker rules.
Thank you.
I don't
Neckbrecker
do
rules.
that.
Oh, wow. Real iconoclast. It's like a were-rat thing?
No, that's a longer story.
Yeah, what
but
rules do you go by then?
We go by the rules of the marked.
Rules of the what?
Marked.
The marked? Rules of the marked.
No, we don't have. No,
Okay.
it's not rules like that.
Oh.
Do you have a different hand symbol?
Okay.
No, we don't have a different. No.
Yeah, little wave. Rules of the marked.
No, we're too oppressed for that. We don't have time for silly hand signals.
It's okay. You'll figure out what your hand signals are later. Yeah, that's why I'm missing a digit. We gave it to the Fiend United recruiter because we got to get some answers, and the best way we figured was from the inside out.
You have an invitation to get in.
Yeah, we're going tomorrow.
We gave them our fingers.
No, you didn't.
Well, they gave them their
You
fingers.
still have all 5 of yours.
Okay, so that's a whole story.
All right.
Yeah, like
how long do you got?
Yeah, how long do you got?
No, it's fine. But for real, you have a way in.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
All right, Crandall has been working with us for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, trying to get into this manor where they're staying, in the
What do you-
west end of town.
And what do you want from them again? I don't understand.
Well, there's time for that. We do want something. We want something from them.
Is it cheese? Not to be rude, but you are a were-rat.
No, well,
Were you in there for
hold
cheese?
on.
You going
Okay,
in there for
so-
I
cheese?
don't think you can just ask someone.
Yeah, I
Why?
don't think I think.
Is that a weird question?
Hey, we're just gonna sidebar
gonna
real
sidebar.
quick. Sorry.
Did I say something out of pocket?
Well, I don't know if it's appropriate to ask the person that turns into a rat if cheese. It's an affliction.
They might not
Crazy
even
because
like
when
cheese.
it bit me, when they bit me, like I had like this hunkering for cheese, and I feel like it's still kind of here.
You were like hankering for a hunk of cheese.
I was hankering for a hunk of cheese, so I was wondering if like maybe that's their culture, like they love cheese, and I was trying to like get in their head, be more personable.
Oh, okay. So like a
Right.
cultural.
Yeah, like
Okay, you're
exchange.
extending an olive branch, but instead of olives, cheese.
It's a cheese branch.
You're extending a cheese plate.
Yes, a cheese plate. Let's say that officially. Sir, we're extending a cheese plate to you officially.
Okay, I don't know what to do with that information. Is that a metaphor?
We want to also get into the Fiends Union and get that cheese as well, if you catch our cheese.
Going for the cheddar.
Cheddar.
Right, yeah. So, actually, that is quite offensive.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry.
You know what,
We
I
had a
knew it.
sidebar and everything.
I knew it as soon as it left my mouth.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
We took a gamble. It didn't pay off.
So, yeah, the thing is, I didn't ask to be turned into a were-rat.
And neither did I a second ago when you tried to flip me. That was kind of weird.
What did you ask to be turned into?
Oh, nothing. I was, I was
okay.
just going about my life. So, my name's Dapper.
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 Dapper. Ooh.
Dapper.
Dappa.
Dapper.
Dapper.
And that's Chab.
Dapper and
Dapper
Chab.
and Chab.
Okay.
Busy takes out her clipboard. Dapper and Chad.
So I
Chabba.
guess we have two
Chabba.
questions. When are you trying to break into the Fiends United, and where can I find more guns?
I mean, as the Marks, we do have an arsenal. I don't know if we've got any on hand, but maybe Pakara has one. You'd like her. She's also a goblin. She's
a goblin?
Yeah, she turns into a marmot.
A what?
A marmot.
What is that?
It's basically like a chubby squirrel.
Chubby squirrel?
Wow. I didn't know they made them in different sizes.
A squirrel with a gun? That's
Specifically chubby? With a gun?
What's a chubby squirrel with
It's
a gun?
kind of like me, guys.
Oh, we gotta.
You both store food in your cheeks for use later in the
Right.
winter season.
Maybe I'm one of them.
Try to turn right now.
Yeah, it's
Tippy
definitely-
holds his breath.
And both got a big tail.
Tippy turns red.
Yeah. No, it's way easier than that. Actually, yeah, it just happens, at this point. So I don't think you're aware, Mama. Or
Is it
anything.
a moon thing for you too, or is that just for the wolves?
At this point, it's a choice, but
Okay.
Yeah, there is a trigger for different beasts.
And when you get in there with all of your guns and all of your cheese, what do you want to happen in the Fiends
Yeah,
United?
what we want. Look, the way you described them coming in and taking over your home, that's kind of what they've been doing all over Sundaros. We've got our suspicions, but they are wide-reaching and fast. They've only been around like 8 years or something, and the way they've grown is truly magnanimous and insane.
And they're led by a human.
Right.
A human leading.
Her name's Kaya, I do know that.
Oh yeah,
we-
I remember
yeah.
hearing about Kai.
Kaya.
Yeah.
We've just been thinking, putting our little craniums together. It's weird that the Gallatlings show up and then all of a sudden, 2 seconds later,
It was pretty quick.
Oh,
people come to your home.
We've got beef with them too, and we know a certain group of Gallatlings called the Yesterdusters were actually hired by the Fiends Union, who were hired by
Yesterdusters?
something evil. And the whole thing that they've been up to is just overtaking all of these towns, all of these lairs, that we know they're looking.
They're just snapping up property.
It's not just property. What they're looking for is the 5 articles of the Sundry champions.
5 articles of the Sundry champions.
We have one of them. They tried to get the chalice from us. We've got it, but they got the decoy instead.
Wait, you said chalice, not circlet, right?
One of those 5 articles is a circlet.
And they have the circlet?
That's what they took from Unzug.
That's right, the circlet.
Yep.
Was it a real or was it a decoy?
It's Unzug. It was probably real. It's all
Like,
powerful.
it
probably
only
was
has real things.
Yeah, it probably was real. And Crandall goes, "I have it on good authority. It was real."
Oh, Crandall.
How are you still alive?
Unzug sent me on a special errand. He gave me a heads up before he was going to leave, basically. So he's off doing something, but I have to do something first.
So he's not dead?
Oh, are you kidding? The entire world would end if Unzug died.
Oh, thank gosh.
So do you know where he is?
I have a meeting place arranged, but like I would tell the likes of you.
You have a meeting place arranged with Unzug.
Correct.
Can I roll insight?
You all can roll it.
That's a 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
13.
That's a 4. He has a meeting arranged with Unzug.
He has a meeting place arranged with Unzug. You can tell that Crandall's saying things that he believes are true. He's also very scared. He knows that he might be being had by Unzug, but he does believe, and he has, like, he believes that it's true. He has a meeting place that he believes that's true. The other part of it that he's just scared is that he knows that Unzug's tricksy.
So you have a meeting place, huh? I guess Unzug wouldn't mind if his fellow worshippers and minions,
His loyal servants.
loyal servants, showed up with you,
He'd
right?
be very happy, especially with all the intel that we have and that we're going to collect once we've gone into Fiends United.
So you wouldn't mind us accompanying you to your meeting spot?
Well, the thing is, I can't show up empty-handed. So as long as you would go on the entire journey with me, then I don't see a problem.
That's a lot of time with Crandall.
Like hang out with you all day.
Well, either that or you will never know where the meeting place is. And the wereout goes, "Listen, we've had the same deal with him, to be honest. He's got something up there in his head that he's not sharing, and we also kind of wanted to use it."
If I'm understanding this correctly, you don't want to show up to Unzug without at least 1 or more articles of the Sundry champion. Is that correct? Would I be accurate in summarizing this interaction?
Yes. Well, we've all seen his staff.
Yes.
That's one of them.
I
super
haven't.
cool. That's why I modeled my staff after.
What's
and I
it-
realized I don't have it, and I
it cool?
look around for it because I threw it.
Oh, it looks like your staff. Okay.
Right. Well,
No, it looks much cooler.
you have seen it, and it does. There's a python on the end of it.
Oh, yes. That staff.
You got the sense, especially you as an artificer, you as a wizard, just it's extremely, extremely magical. Same as the circlet. What is odd to you, very clearly, is like, why would he keep the staff but leave the circlet or let the circlet be stolen? And Crandall says, yes, I'm to return to him with at least one of the remaining articles.
And why haven't you succeeded yet?
Because everyone's looking for them. They're everywhere. They're nowhere. They've been moved. They've been sought after. They've been dug up. All I know for sure is that Unzug still has the staff, which again, I'm just assuming, and it sounds as though these gallantlings have the circlet. And where it goes, and we've got the chalice that the Yestatus just tried to steal, but they got the decoy, so we've still got our thing.
All right.
Now, what we want from the Fiends United, they're not who they say they are, first of all. We also know they've got so much money down in a safe down there. So what we want is the safe, because within that, they've got letters or anything that ties them to who they're getting money from, and also where they're going, because I think we're running out of time. They're packing up soon, and they're going to leave town. I'm sure we could follow them, but without the safe, we wouldn't be having a plan, and the marked is already as strapped as we can be.
So you're asking us to help perpetuate the heist of the century, stealing union dues from beneath the vault of Fiends United.
Fiends United
So we have,
headquarters.
let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, you should know something about Crandall.
Should I? I know a lot about Crandall.
Okay, well-
Not a fan.
Okay, also not a fan, but
Oh no, I said that loud enough for Crandall to hear.
yes. Not a fan. That's so funny. And the way it goes, honestly, every time he's been around, our luck has gotten worse. He's not additive, is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know, he made a pretty good shield.
Well, Crandall, I think you've been made redundant. And he goes, no, I haven't. Remember, we all wanted to know where Unzug was going, and I have specific information that you can't get without him. And
I believe him because I rolled very low. I believe him wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you do. And also, I mean, yeah, even with that insight, like, he does believe that he's got some ties to Unzug. I mean, you also know that that's kind of true. Like, if he got a heads up that Unzug was going to leave and the Fiends United came in, killed everyone, but Unzug saved Crandall, like, there's a lot that matches up at least on some level.
So we're doing a heist.
The Marked is doing a heist, and if you have a way in, that would just help us. But
Well,
So we're
it sounds
doing
like-
a heist.
So we're doing a
all right.
Ocean's 11. If we can get 5 more people plus Crandall.
All right, I guess we would love to have you, especially if you can get in. But the spoils must go to the Marked. We have airships that need, I mean, this is the only way we're surviving, is living up to the sea.
You have airships?
Right, yeah, we do. We actually have an airship at our
Do you have
disposal for this heist.
Can we borrow it?
Can we ride in it?
Eventually, yes, but just so you know, it's hidden on the other side of the Skravix outside of town that acts like a wall, just so no one knows about it. There's a whole thing going on up there in Wretched Cove. The Esterdust just screwed everything up, but we can't get access to our energy cells for the airships, and we can't get access to our extra parts because they're all in the same junkyard place. So everything's messed up. We've got to fix that, but until then, we're down here on one mission. There's only one more of us, and her name's Pakara, and she's a goblin were-marmot.
Okay.
Wow, you just mentioned like 6 different quests, but I'm
Sorry, there's a lot going on.
All right.
So yes, first of all, we got to get this safe. But the whole thing is we can't just go back and forth to Wretched Cove.
Okay, so we got to get the safe, Boshin 7, and then we get to ride an airship. That's all I heard.
Yeah,
and,
it's-
and the trade lines suck right now.
That's the long and the short of
But
it.
most of what I heard was we go in, do the coolest thing that anyone has ever done,
heist of the century.
and then
Will reward us for that.
we get to ride in an airship and be the coolest people that ever lived.
Right, you'd be doing us a solid for sure. You'd have the Marked at your backs as well. No, at your backs. On your backs. No, you'd have
On
the
my
Marked.
back.
On my back.
You'd have the Marked behind you.
I have a spider that lives in my head.
Really? Let's
Yeah.
see it.
I open my jaw.
Hello, it's me, Liv. So nice to meet you.
Oh God, that is terrifying.
I know, isn't
we're
she the
terrible.
best?
Yeah, she's my niece.
Terrifying.
She kind of picks up her legs, and again, 2 of them are a little busted, and she goes, ah. He goes,
Act scared.
oh wow!
Good job, Loof.
No.
So scary.
No. Oh. Now this is all settled. We should go to a place where we can discuss how this is going to work. Because really, we've been stuck on step 1, getting into Fiends United. Crandall said he knew everything about minions and fiends, and he could get us in no problem. And for all I know, he's been just running back and forth in that Brecker getting drunk.
That does sound like Crandall and something he would do.
Well,
Yeah.
let's drag Crandall along, and why don't we go to your hideout and discuss the rest of the details?
And maybe take like a long rest.
Maybe
like,
find a nice little goblin hole and fall
Yeah.
asleep in it, and then wake up and feel better.
Yeah, you probably also need some of that stuff.
So
Right.
this is
Yeah.
this is
Yes.
getting on into evening. If you remember, you also had an appointment at the Fiends Union tomorrow morning.
yeah.
Right.
And they're very clear that it seems as though the Fiends Union headquarters are going to pack up and leave within 24 hours by the end of maybe tomorrow night. So the Halfling and the Dwarf agreed to take you to where they're setting up shop. Yeah, let's go to where Pakara's hiding out. We can show you what we've got. If you've got literally any ideas, we would thank you so much. Most of us in the Marked are from the Beyond and just got bitten, so we don't know much about the inner workings of minions. We've not really been welcomed into Nakbreka unless we're in our monster form, so it's really touchy, but you know organizing a bunch of weird monsters, or just monsters, all fit together.
we're pretty
Yeah,
weird.
we're weird.
Like,
We
just
understand what
objectively.
we are. Yeah.
Well, they've got some weird ones in there too. So yeah, it's an evening time. You're able to get out of this alleyway, head to where Pakara is set up. She's actually in a camp outside of town, and just to set the stage. So Nakbreka is in the western part of the Desolation, and on the west side is the Skravix, all set up like a wall against the wilds that are close to the other side. The camps form all around Nakbreka, and she is on the western side of Nakbreka before the Skravix. And they also told you their airship is behind the Skravix. So she's got this kind of muslin tent set up. There's no firelight coming from it, but as you approach, you see she like pokes her head out. Then she pulls out a gun and like points it at the three of you, and Dupper goes, it's all right, they're with us.
Careful, those things explode.
I like how you've tied your gobby knobs. They look great.
Oh, right, well, yeah, I'm really proud of them, thanks. Yeah, you know, gobby knobs.
I love gobby knobs. I mean,
They're my favorite knob.
they're my favorite knob. Oh my God. It's so nice and refreshing to meet another goblin out here because, I mean, love you both. But
We love you too.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, it's just, it's been a long time.
I know. Well, look, the only reason a goblin would be out by themselves is if they got kicked out of their family, right? So,
Right.
so yeah, there's not many of us because most of us don't get kicked out.
Right. Well, what tribe were you from, and how did you end up in Nakbreka?
Oh, right.
Nakbreka rules.
Nakbreka rules.
Oh, I don't do that.
Oh,
All right. Oh, sorry.
I keep forgetting.
The marked.
The mark.
The mark?
We don't have hand symbols, but maybe we could have one. That's cute.
So that thing in your hand, where'd you get it?
It's a gun. Look, up there in the sky in Wretched Cove, the main thing we do is collect metallic things, like
Awesome.
broken down Warforged or little
So
machines.
cool.
And so that's what we build our weapons out of. I'm a bit of a tinkerer, I'd say. I'm not very...
So am I. I mean, look at all my stuff. I mean, I have all sorts of things. And
you like take your pack and just like dump it out.
Look at all this stuff, and it's just like bolts
Clink,
and like
clink, clink,
clink,
clink,
clink, clink. It's like all these scraps of metal and stuff. And I'm like, I can even do this, and I I take a little piece of metal and I use my last magical tinkering
Oh no.
to make it every time. Every time I walk by, it goes. Nakbreka rules. Nakbreka rules. Nakbreka rules. Like every time.
Oh, right. That's so special. That's actually pretty impressive, and I'm looking over it. Look, what's this? Oh. And she picks up a few items, and you let her,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One of them is the 2.5-foot Unzug spike.
Yeah.
She goes, now check this out. I could do something with this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, be my guest. It'd be my honor to have another goblin tink on my things.
Oh, okay, all right.
And just so you know, they're not super useful at tripping people down a spiral staircase.
Not as good as you'd think.
Okay, well, I think I would just mess with it a bit and do something, and look at these. And she picks up the items that you had cooking, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
And so what does she pick up again? She picks up a piece of...
She picks up a piece of Busy's crown that I've been turning. I've now molded into what looks like a pin, like a brooch that you could like wear on your cloak. It's sort of like this twisted knob, but it looks like it could be like the shape of a mask, like
Okay.
a theatrical mask.
Awesome.
And then I took the top hat that Maxwell had that I had originally given to Phibbs, and I've reshaped it into sort of a cone dunce cap situation that I've etched stars and moons into, but I've also, not measuring Phibbs at all, have cut a massive hole in the top, to thinking I was molding it to hide his receding hairline, but it actually perfectly frames his weird scalped wig. So it's like weirdly hollow in the front, but it's like a dunce cap in the top.
And what is it made out of?
It's made out of like a weird, like top hat leather. Like
Okay,
kind of,
yes. Okay. She goes, and these are quite magical.
Yes, I've been practicing my craft, and I read about it in books. I would sneak from Unzug's library. I would sneak looks at them.
Oh,
but
we don't mind stealing here. That's what we're all about, is piratic activity.
I learned about coursing magic through items by harnessing the magical essence and then weaving it into the very fabric of the item itself, using all of my tools.
That's quite impressive.
It's pretty cool.
It is? It's cool?
Yeah,
I did a
no.
cool thing?
Yeah.
I don't.
If you only did that, I mean, I've got some gadgets here we can look at, but I have to tell you that it took about 20 of us to do it.
Tippy is one of the fastest, coolest artificers I've ever known. And also, Tippy always smells great. Fantastic hair. Never
Thank you.
trips over anything.
What?
Very good at hiding.
Very good at hiding.
Thanks, guys.
Just great. Just overall, Tippy is one of the best people to be around ever.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, what they're saying has some truth to it. I did fall down like not too shortly before I met you, and I missed a big shot. And it went awry, even though I was inspired by my friend.
Tippy, I think, did that on purpose. I think that Tippy was being a distraction so that we could have a good conversation, so that we could get here, because that is how good and talented
And I was fighting a were-rat.
and charming that Tippy is, where he doesn't fall and doesn't look stupid.
I tried to grab the gun, and I blew up. Actually, I'm not as cool as they say. I'm actually useless. Maybe I'm useless. Because the last couple times I tried to fight somebody, I was face down on the ground, my own crossbow pointed at me, and then I was blown up, and then I just wanted cheese. So maybe I am just good with my hands, but I'm definitely not good with my brain.
Well, sounds like a goblin to me.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Do you have a spare gun that he could have?
Yeah,
I think that would really cheer him
that
up.
would really make me feel better, yeah.
He's so vulnerable, and I just think it's so strong when you can be that vulnerable.
I don't understand how all your friends are saying all these nice things, and then you're talking some terrible stuff about yourself.
I'm just so sweaty all the time, and I feel like I got a good grip.
Goblins are sweaty!
I know, but how am I supposed to stop Busy from getting shot by some random dwarf if I can't hold a crossbow steady in my hands because they're so sweaty?
How are you even here? Because and the where-rat goes, all right, I'm going to set things straight. Look, Pakara, they can get us into Fiends United. They're very useful, We almost lost this battle. We would have, if I hadn't come to me senses and realized that Crandall was a lying idiot.
Yeah, he sucks.
It's Crandall.
Hey, brother, I wouldn't say that you were
Thanks. I could have had you, but
I mean, it was in me form, you know.
if I had a gun, though, it would be so different. I would just be blasted, like, you're coming at me trying to buy one.
Yeah, I'll see that. So a gun will give you confidence, eh?
So much confidence, like confidence maybe I've never known before.
How about this? We do have some materials here. We're not going to use all of this between the three of us, so we could lend you one, or you could pay for it. It's just we can't just...
Well, how many dungeon gold is a gun?
250 gold pieces.
Okay, but how much copper?
How much?
Oh, yeah, we've got way more of that.
That's 25,000 copper pieces.
What is the conversion? Oh, my God.
I don't understand. There's more copper than
What's the
gold.
whole point? What's the point? That's so much to carry. It would be so heavy.
We don't have time for this, okay? We can't talk about the price of guns. And even if we could, I don't want to.
Fair enough.
All right.
But we could lend you one for this project that we're putting together.
I would happily be loaned to maybe lease to own. Maybe
certified pre-owned.
Yeah, certified pre-owned, lease to own situation.
Honestly, it depends on how useful they are. Like we don't know yet, but I could see Raytail really getting into this. We don't really have any other monsters in our faction. So, and he goes, well, Pakara's our equipment kind of girl. So if she says yes, then yeah, sounds like a yes.
And Pakara, those things I worked on that you wanted to see.
Oh, they're yours for sure.
Do you think they're ready?
Oh, yeah, you haven't looked at them, have you?
I wasn't sure if I put the finishing touches on yet.
Well, only you would know, but yeah, they look pretty cooked and well done to me.
So I take them and I go, guys, you've been so kind to me. You didn't have to. Back then, I tried everything to escape and let the dungeon have its way with you. And, you know, there was that paladin that one time, and I definitely, every time I think about running, and I don't. Not because I didn't end up running, it's just something stopped me from running. But I am now realizing that maybe the other thing stopping me from running is friendship. So I made these things for you guys. Here's a pin, and here's a hat. And they're quite magical. In fact, that hat is a hat of wizardry now. I learned it from a book, and the hat of wizardry allows you to cast any cantrip you want off of a...
Really?
Literally any cantrip you want off of what wizards know. Once a day, there's other things it does that somebody else could explain, but yes, you can cast any wizard cantrip you want, and you can cast the spells from the hat.
So I can just hold the hat?
Yes.
I love this.
Yeah, so if you ever get your staff knocked out of your hand, you can just blast from the hat.
Hat blasting.
Hat blast.
Hold on, I got to attach my hair to this one. And Phibbs takes off his hat, and the hair comes with it.
The dwarf and the halfling are like looking away at this.
It starts just ripping the little stitches of the hair out.
Oh my God.
Ooh, watch the wefts, watch the wefts.
Sorry, thank you. And he starts trying to attach it to the hat of wizardry that Tippy gave him. This really up looking
Is the ugliest
human
hat,
hair
yeah.
that used to belong to a paladin that Tippy just referenced.
Yes.
And Busy, you've got so many useful spells, more useful than me, but you're always having to use at least one of them to disguise yourself. Now you don't. That charm's a mask charm, and it allows you to cast Disguise Self once a day, and it ends at sunset. And there's other things that it can do that somebody else who's smarter than me can explain to you, but that's what it does. So now you don't have to use one of your spells to cast Disguise Self.
It's like a little brooch.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
Oh, it's right on the
What is it?
What's that word?
What were they trying to shoot at the other day?
tit. It's right on the tit.
It's right on the tits.
Great. Oh, you made me a tit brooch.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course. That way, maybe it'll stop. If somebody tries to shoot you in the tit, it might deflect. I don't know.
Hey, that's thank you. That's so sweet.
Of course.
I am constantly in awe of how smart and clever you are, and only the strongest people are able to be vulnerable in front of new cute goblins. And I think that that's fantastic.
Right.
Oh, Unky Tippy?
Yes.
You know how you made a finger for the zombie?
Yes. Wolf, what do you want?
Well, you can see that I've got a couple of legs that aren't quite right. Maybe you could make me 2 different spider legs.
Oh. You know what? With the right materials, I could. I just... Unky... I don't like the sound of that. Unky Tippy just needs a nap.
You just have to lean in.
No, I'm not gonna lean in. In fact, you need to lean in because you don't have to anyways.
All right. So is that a yes?
Let me work on that. Okay? Does that sound good?
Thank you so much, Unky Tippy.
Okay, you're welcome. God, Unky, stop it.
How do I look? And the hair's sewed on, not as well as it was, so some of it's kind of like dripping down like bangs over his face now. Oh, I think I have it on backwards.
Oh, that's great. It did kind of like a party in the front, but then you moved it to the back.
And the party's in the back.
Now I'm all Phibbsness.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
You
with
look
this.
like a real wizard.
I'm gonna get you a gun if it's the last thing I ever do.
Guns will solve all of our problems, you guys.
So, just for your reference, Danielle, you have the equivalent of a hat of disguise.
It's a mask charm or something, or charm.
Mask.
Mask. MASQUE. Mask charm.
Ooh, and it's fancy theater.
Oh,
My charm spells theater R-E.
And then, Dan, you have a
Hat of wizardry.
Hat of wizardry.
amazing.
And
I'm gonna get more cards.
yeah, so Pakara has been watching all this, and she goes,
Now, does the magic ever run out?
Only if I die.
Oh,
If I die, it goes away. Yeah, it fades.
then I have to be honest. That is the most powerful magic I've really ever seen from one being.
Really? I mean, I just like saw it in a book, and then I was like, oh, remember.
No, this is very impressive. Like I said, the other things that we're able to do. I mean, it's gosh, maybe we've got 3 of them in the marks who can do like high level stuff like this, but for the most part, like the magic runs out, or
It's just something that
I'd
feels
love to-
intuitive to me.
gosh,
like
I'd love to learn from you.
I'd love to learn from you, like how to make guns, like how to make a lot of guns.
All right, deal. Not right now, but so take a look at this. This one's for you. It's mine. It's mine, so you might have to return it unless I die. But it's. Hey, guns are not toys.
I love this.
So it's pink. It's like completely pink.
awesome.
It's all pink. It is made of iron and lead. There are silver markings on it, and she has inscribed the 6 dots around in a circle.
Do you mind if I just, I mean, I already could see an improvement. Do you mind if I just make it better really quick? Tippy goes in and like removes a spring and like scratches like a little happy face on the side. And now I've infused it with repeating shot, which means like I don't have to reload ever. It just, a shot magically appears every time I shoot. So I go, check this out.
No, there's only 10 bullets.
Is there anyone upstairs?
Yeah, so you're not alone. Like, you're not the only campsite out there.
Tippy unloads the gun
Yeah.
almost
Someone
infinitely.
Falls off an airship in the sky.
Just like a loading screen.
You sense that like some stirring is happening in the other tents and campsites, and you actually get like a cyclops standing up, and he goes, "I'll handle it," and he like comes clomping up. He goes, "What is going on?"
Sorry, I was just fixing this new amazing gun I have, and now I could just.
We're trying to sleep
Oh,
here.
sorry.
You know, if it wasn't for Knack Brecca rules, you'd be in my gut right now.
Oh, weird. Weird offer, but I'm okay.
All right, keep it down. And for my silence, for me not eating, what do I get?
I guess you don't get me making loud gun noises.
And Picard goes, it's all right. Here you go. And she tosses him a couple of gadgets, that look kind of like junk. And she goes, there you go, just you and your missus can go to sleep now. And he goes, thank you. And he wanders off. Dupper goes, right, we might want to keep it down a bit. We actually are planning a secret heist.
Gotta put away the AK Nomi 7.
Okay.
A lot of people don't have firearms here, so we don't want to make it known that the marks might be here either.
Right.
Well, I've been preparing for this moment, so I take out all the rocks that were in that weird holster I made, and I put them in a different pouch, and I finally put the gun in the holster.
Big moment for Tippy.
That looks so good on you.
You look so cool.
Does it look cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it look right?
It looks like.
And you just like instantly look like, it's weird, you look like more manly, like more confident, like more of a man.
I feel amazing. I feel amazing. Honestly, I feel great.
Well, I like that it gave you some confidence. It totally changed your demeanor.
Yeah. Are you like busy later tonight or?
I'm planning a heist.
Oh yeah, same. We're all planning a heist.
Yeah, you.
And I like Tippy out of character sort of leans on anything, like the closest thing. Maybe he's leaning on the dwarf, and he's just like trying to look like hot for the first time in his life.
Okay. She goes, I have a question real quick. Are they invited back up to Wretched Cove after this? And the Were-Rat goes, well, if everything goes right, we'll all be on a ship carrying the safe with us back to Wretched Cove by tomorrow night. And she goes, oh, good. So at some point I won't be doing much.
All right. At some point, you might be doing a date with me. If you're free. At some point. You might just be doing a whole date.
She says, oh, right.
Hold on, sidebar.
Sorry.
Did I do that right?
That was
That's incredible.
I've never seen it done more perfectly. I don't know if I've ever seen it done.
No.
But that's the best
That
it's
was
ever
the
been
first
done.
time I ever hit on another goblin.
That's so, you know what you need next time? You take like a circle or something and I'll just like make noises outside and just like vroom, real loud, and then everyone will know how cool you
Oh
are.
my God.
And maybe you can cast a spell so like dust comes out like
Oh,
the end.
100%. Like black smoke.
Oh my gosh, they would know how amazing at working on engines I am.
Yeah, like everywhere we go.
Next time, you know what? I'm gonna like seed it right now. Okay. I love engines.
Oh, good. Maybe we should have
Cool
him.
thing to say.
Maybe we should have him look at some of our ships that might
Yeah,
need fixing.
I'm an engine goblin for sure. Double time on the engine.
Well, this is quite done. And everyone's all set up romantically. Then I'd like to propose that we get started planning.
For sure.
And you see, like, if it was a cinematic moment, the camera would fly around and zoom all the way into it, place on the floor where the halfling spreads out his hands and starts setting up a miniature version of what they're looking at. So we don't know what's going on inside the manor. We know it's 2 stories. We imagine maybe there's a basement. Beyond that, we don't really have a building plan. However, what we do have is these little magic mirrors. It would be great if you guys could put them up somewhere whilst you were inside of the manor. Kakara says, they feed back into my orb, and I can attune to the orb and see which mirror I want to see from. The other thing we've got 2 stones. Right, well, what they do is allow you to cast message telepathically for 24 hours in between the 2 stones and me orb.
Attunement engineering. You're
And
so good at that.
But it only lasts for 24 hours. But it's the best I could do, and I think it's going to help us, because again, it's just us 6 right now.
Did you include Crandall in these calculations?
Absolutely not.
That's fair.
So we have the mirrors.
Yeah, the other
You said
things-
the gold is in the basement.
Is it in a vault?
We just have a suspicion that, yeah, it'd be a big safe.
How much gunpowder do you have?
Oh, I brought some barrels, probably 3 of this size.
Do you think it's enough to blow the safe?
We just don't want to ruin what's inside. We imagine there's some pretty high-profile documents.
And we need those. And you know I love a document.
So we can't blow up the
true.
safe?
You could blow up the entire manor.
We
the
can?
headquarters.
This is escalating quickly.
And then never forget, we've got the airship on the other side of the Skravix.
So what's the plan with the airship? Are you gonna fly it over us and...
Yes, it's our getaway ship for sure. The idea is that we get this safe or whatever it is and crack it up at Wretched Cove.
So the plan is to go in, blow it up, leave. Is that what I'm hearing?
Will be Nakbreka ruins.
Nakbreka ruins.
We can make that noise. We'll make that noise
Yeah,
as we
oh
leave.
yes, as we leave. Oh, let's time it so that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we don't have to break in because you guys gave your fingers.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll go in, start going on the tour. I've got my clipboard. I can be a distraction. And so while we're talking, you know, hey, this is really cool. I love touching walls. I'll like touch some walls and we can talk. Cause I mean,
Supernatural thing to say. I do it all the time. I love a good wall.
yeah, it's like tactile, right? Like all over my little bones. And so while we're doing that, we can also cozy up, maybe see if we can get some information.
Yeah,
And
from Kaya.
from Kaya,
Kaya.
find out a little bit about
human.
why this human is all
Right.
up in our business.
With an aggressive real estate acquisition strategy.
And if while we're there, you know, if we get to like hardcore tell on Debs and Mimsy, I call that a win.
But I did not give my actual finger, so Pakara, is there anything we could use to sneak the explosives in?
I suppose. What are you thinking?
What's something that the Fiends United, do things come in and out? Do they need supplies or like?
Crandall goes, I actually can help with that. I've been watching, and there is Slog's Wash and Slog's Water from the Drooling Drench that gets delivered twice a day in big vats. You're
Okay.
welcome.
Here's an idea. You two go in through the front door.
Right.
What if I dress up as Slog Wash delivery guy, but plot twist, it's full of boom boom juice. Yeah, I go in, I get set up, I put explosives all over the place, cover our escape, and then once you guys place the mirrors and get the papers,
We've been back here listening to your plans, and they sound better than Crandall's. And honestly, yeah, if you've got it down, then we're on board.
Yeah, that just sounds like what spies do.
That sounds like what a heist would be, right?
sounds like what's
Go in, take stuff, what's
The other thing is, so I'll be back here with the orb, and Chab, the dwarf, he might be able to help in some way nearby. And then we do have some money that we could hire mercenaries if you needed some from the town.
What if we hired people to like go in there and be like, oh, we want a kegger, so we can get more explosive barrels.
Are you suggesting that we perhaps hire members of Fiends United to suggest they should throw a kegger at their union hall in the hopes that they will agree and place a bigger order for slop juice?
100%.
Okay, no questions. I'm on board.
Maybe we could hire that guy that thinks I'm cute.
The ogre.
Yes, you should hire him. Somebody should also be ready to bring in a second shipment.
That's Chab. He goes, all right, that can be me. Dupper says, all right, so what the jobs are, you are in charge of getting more slogs wash for Fiends United tomorrow.
Yes.
But the demand for it is going to the auction ogre, who's going to demand that they are going to throw a slogs wash kegger. Then Chab, our dwarf friend, is going to be round 2 of slogs wash delivery.
Yes.
Meanwhile, fingerless skeletons are going to go get their fingers and get recruited on the inside, putting the mirrors up. Pakara's going to be at the orb, I'll be at the airship, and...
Steal the things, get the papers, go in the airship, make it all go boom. And is there a place we should meet if it maybe all goes south?
North.
Sounds like a plan.
Everybody hands in.
Okay, so that's Dupper, and that's Chab, and that's Pakara. Ooh. And then here comes Crandall's hand.
Ew.
Okay, got it. All right, what do we say?
All right, let the heist commence on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let the heist commence! And that is it for this episode of Sagas of Sundry Goblin Mode. Join us next time for the heist of the century.
I like that I drew this symbol and basically just drew a chocolate chip cookie in my notes. Been thinking about that all session long.